Hey guys, it's Verbal95, recording live from the kind of prison cell. I'd like to apologize for last episode in terms of the fact that it started, the video started a few seconds into it and ended like 10 seconds earlier than I recorded it. I don't know why that happened. I hope that doesn't happen here. Um, but anyway, I figured we might as well start. Yeah. Just in case, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the intro again here. And if that doesn't work, then whatever. Hey guys, it's for Blender95, recording live from Left Kind of Prison Cell. Um, so yeah, this is going to be the third fight that I owe you guys for this, well, for the last 3 weeks actually, but I'm doing it in this week. And then hopefully this upcoming week, since today's Sunday, I'll be able to do just, one fight a week, at least until Death Battle comes back out. So, yeah, I had to go through a bit of a list in terms of stuff I was gonna do, and I, for some reason, probably because I just didn't want to keep looking, decided on this one. So this one is going to be Franky from One Piece versus Elfman from Fairy Tail. Um, yeah, but I guess. So let's just go into this then. So Franky, being the cyborg of and the shipwright of the Straw Hat Pirates, is well, a cyborg, so he would have a lot of cyborg stuff. At least on the front of his body, the back of his body, still even after the something 37, what is it, like BE 37 or something? I don't know. Whatever the model of his cybernetic body is, the the one after the 2 year time skip is still like the original, only covered from the front. The back of his body is still flesh and blood, so he wouldn't be able to, yeah, do that. Like, he wouldn't be able to defend himself with it. But, I believe it's still the basic sort of formula from his original, just with more added things to it. It's not like he didn't get rid of anything from his original body, so he still has the strong right, being the metal hand that he just has in a weird, wrapped in like a weird like skin glove that is attached to a chain, so he can just like scorpion it. Um, and he's still got the machine gun in his other hand. Um, so that's one thing. Oh, and then of course he still has the coup d'etat, or so he can still fire concentrated air bullets from his hands and other parts of his body. Um, that quote unquote come out faster than the speed of sound, so that's going to be something to deal with. As well as now he has missile launchers, the radical beam, and I believe he just has overall higher, like, more strength, more durability, um, just from the attachments. So, that's about as far as we're gonna go. That's pretty much the extent of Franky. Oh, and just because it's technically a vehicle, I don't think they'd allow the Franky Shogun. Sorry, guys. That I know you like the Shogun, but that's not. I don't think that's gonna happen. Now let's talk about Elfman. Elfman Strauss. Um, Another guy who got huge and transformed. So yeah, originally Elfman was just a pretty tall, big guy. Then he went all Chris Redfield and started to get jerked. So he became this giant mass of fucking humanity. Um, but it also, after unlocking his second magic circle, he mastered more takeover arts like he had originally. Originally, he was only able to do the beast arm, um, where he had several different forms of it, of several different animals. He would just have the he just had the regular beast arm. He had the black bull arm. What was it? The jet black. Well, that was later on, but he had the jet black sword arm. He had the. He had a couple of them. And then eventually, originally, when he would do the full body takeover, he would lose his mind. Later, that became not the case. So now he can do the full body takeover in several forms. He's got his normal one, which is the giant demon-looking thing. He's got the uh, what is it called? Like were tiger or were cat or something. Where he's, or in the English dub, it's just leopard man, which I think is an easier name considering were tiger. I think it's were tiger, but he's not a tiger. He's a leopard. But whatever. Where he gains incredible speed, and everything. Like they all give him a boost in pretty much every area. It's just the areas are different. Um, his regular one gives him a boost in strength more than anything else. His leopard man gives him a boost in speed more than anything else. There's his lizard man where he gets a boost in, I would say, durability over anything else. Um, Also the fact that if you his scales are razor sharp, so if you hit it, you're going to get cut, and it's even broken through steel and armor, and like this really fucking durable shit. It's just shredded as if it were, like tissue paper. So, then he's got that other. What's that other one? I'm gonna mess up. I don't even. It's the fucking suit of. I'm just gonna call it Incursio. He's got Incursio basically. Because he's got that huge suit of armor thing that he does, that he can transform into now somehow. Um, but otherwise, yeah, the guy's got, what I would say is super strength. If not, he's just a jacked motherfucker, so he is really strong. And, hmm, I mean, they're both good fighters. They're both very similar fighters, uh, in all honesty. But who would I say would win? Franky definitely has more offensive weaponry, but you might think like, oh, Franky has all these weapons, so clearly Elfman's going to be outmatched. But don't forget, Elfman has multiple different forms and can transform different parts of his body in throughout these different forms. So really, they both have a lot of weaponry at their disposal. It's just Franky's weaponry is multi-purpose, whereas Elfman's is pretty much all going to be run up and attack the guy. Um, they're going to do the same thing, but they're going to let him do it in different ways. Um, the Lizard Man's soul would definitely affect Franky because, like I said, it has affected steel and, like it has shredded apart steel armor. And, Franky's made of steel. Metal. They never said it was steel specifically, but it is made of metal. So I wouldn't imagine that it would hold up any better than any other metal armor. Um, the Leopard Man's, I mean, Elfman's got some stat advantages. Like Leopard Man's soul is definitely, or yeah, Were Tiger. Sorry, because all these sub are gonna point that out that I'm messing. I'm going over dubbed and not subbed. So Were Tiger is definitely gonna make him faster than Franky because Franky is by no means fast. Um, but a lot of Franky's weaponry, Elfman's not gonna be able to counter, like missiles and bullets and concentrated blasts of air and lasers. Yeah, Elfman hasn't really faced anything like that and won at least. So he definitely hasn't faced missiles, to my knowledge. Somebody's probably gonna pull out some clip of Elfman fighting a guy with a missile launcher, but yeah. So hmm, it's an odd little situation we've got here. Both of these guys are really good at taking a punch, except Frank. Yeah, they're really both good at taking and throwing punches. Um, However, there is the whole fact that Franky has to rely on a reserve of cola, but since the time skip, he that's become less of an issue because now he can fight more without having to rely on it, but the coup d'etat still uses most of it up. What did he say? Like it uses like 1.5 bottles or something, and he had 3 bottles, but now I think he still has only 3 bottles inside of him, but he doesn't have to use them to fight normally like he would. Like he only needs them for like his special attack. And I think the Franky radical beam is supposed to take more than that than the coup d'etat is. So that's the thing. Franky doesn't have just you know just I can't he can't just be shooting lasers and blasts of air everywhere all the time. Like he has to be able to pick his spot here. Elfman, ever since unlocking the second magical circle, is definitely going to need, or is definitely going to have probably more like things. He's going to be able to do his soul takeovers more than Franky will be able to do his radical beam or his coup d'etat. So that's another thing. I don't know who to give this to. They're both really similar and they both have a lot at their disposal, so it's sort of hard to pick someone. But if I had to wrap this up real quick, I'd say just based on experience, and unfortunately, I'd have to be, just because Elfman gets his ass kicked a lot, and that's actually part of his fighting style, is not fighting style, but that's part of his charm that he gets his ass kicked a lot, and then he, you know, takes it, and then he ends up winning. And Franky is sort of the same way, but Franky has beaten a lot of top priority people, whereas Elfman hasn't really. I'm gonna say Franky wins this just based on experience. Because Franky's used to taking on like, you know, entire regiments of the Navy and stuff, and he's beaten a lot of very good people. Whereas Elfman either beats somebody comedically or he beats somebody in an upset. He doesn't like Elfman's not taking on any major people and then beating them like, on a one-on-one fair fight under normal circumstances. So I'm gonna say Franky wins this based on experience. Granted, both of these two are idiots, but never mind. So yeah, I'm gonna say Franky. But looks like I'm all caught up. So Purple Engine 95. See ya.